But back to Clinton.
I mean, he wanted to be the next JFK. There's no.
Yes, and he was the youngest since JFK. Which one of them was younger when they went in office?
Let me pull that up.
While he Googles. Do, 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 do. But,
All right, Bill Clinton was 46.
Right. And JFK...
was 43.
Yeah, so right neck and neck. And I hate to say it, if... TMZ when he went around with, if the Enquirer and the Globe had been around back in the 60s, dear God, would JFK have gotten the same, I mean,
treatment.
Even worse than Clinton did. So,
I mean, but there's, you know, he wanted a JFK cowboy style legacy. He wanted to be, I don't mean cowboy, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
He wanted that adoration. He wanted to be spoken of the same breath as JFK.
Right.
I mean, he from meeting JFK, he said, that's what I want to do. And he did it. He's clawed, scratched, lied, cheated, and stole his way to the presidency.
But he didn't. He was very, in hindsight, he's very moderate. I mean, he's seen as liberal by Republicans and slightly conservative by liberals. But, you know, he was able to kind of meld and mesh everything together.
He's an example of a true centrist. Not the centrist people think about right now, where where one side wants to give people a tax break and the other side wants to kill gay people.
Right.
Oh, which side is best? That's not centrism. You know, that's oversimplifying things.
His gun control stuff was at the time seen very liberal.
Yeah.
But his spending cuts and his tax cuts were very conservative. And he was a good negotiator, as well as someone who kept his word when he had to.
When he had to.
Yes. And he was able to spin government shutdowns in his favor.
Yeah, because the last government shutdown before the one that Obama had was through the Clinton administration.
Yeah. And he was seen as hip. I mean, his performance in Arsenio Hall opened a lot of people's eyes to him as not just, you know, a candidate, but a person. And his sax performance was a highlight. And his family history also endeared him to minority voters, some who saw him as an ally. And there are a lot of people who joked, a lot of people of color who joked before Obama that Clinton was the first black president.
Yeah.
I mean, because he had a je ne sais quoi.
You know who he reminds me of? Seriously? We watched it a couple of weeks ago. He reminds me of the portrayal of Elvis.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like the Elvis of politics. That's weird. It as the kids would say, that tracks though.
I mean, think about it, right? The parallels are there. Mm-hmm. He hung out in black neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. His family did a lot of stuff in black neighborhoods in segregation.
Right.
He was seen as an outsider who melded together some form of image.
Right.
You know. So I mean, it's just. His personality overrides pretty much all of his policies, though, if that makes sense. His policies were there, but you
Can you bleep me? His overrode all of his policies, dear. Especially going back and looking at his image, you know, whatnot. Yeah. Not image, legacy. Legacy. Yeah. His legacy.